Surprise!
Oh no. No, he didn't. This is going to be interesting. Oh boy. Hello guys, it's NautoAisDx here. And yes, we finally revealed the fifth character for the Fighter Pass Volume 1. Yes, it's now called Volume 1 and I'll explain that later. But we finally revealed that Byleth from Fire Emblem 3 Houses is the fifth DLC character. Oh my gosh. So of course you know what that means. It's a Fire Emblem anime swordsman. Yeah. So the first thing in my mind when I saw that trailer, I'm like, oh boy. So before I even give my thoughts about Byleth being in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, who is Byleth? Well, he's the main character, or she's the main character, because once again you can either choose a male or a female, just like in Awakening and Fire Emblem Fates. And you're a professor to this school, this academy, and throughout the story you have to choose one of the three houses. That's why it's called three houses. One of the three noble group, and then after that, of course, you play the game. They kind of show some elements there from the trailer, but I'm not gonna spoil it because even myself, I haven't even gone far yet. But I had heard people about like the trailer, and they don't want to spoil it. But the bottom line is, it's another Fire Emblem anime swordsman to some extent. And why is that? Because the trailer itself actually had more than meets the eye. And first you think, oh, it's just a swordsman, and apparently not so quite, because apparently this is related to the game itself. And Byleth will also have three other, they call it relic weapon, an axe, a spear, and a bow and arrow. So technically, Byleth is not just a swordsman, but what I call it, a sort of weapon master, because he uses or she uses multiple weapons. The funny part about the trailer is that there's a lot of meme and self-awareness, and even Sakurai was well aware of what's going on. So first is, if you notice in the trailer, when male Byleth was doing his gameplay, there were a lot of sword fighters in it: Roy, Shul, Cloud, Ike, Crom, Mark, etc., etc., get it. And then he got beat up. And then Sophis, which is the sort of a spirit that somehow connected to Byleth, said, let me guess, there's too many swordsmen, huh? Again, if you don't know what that meme is, one of the biggest complaints in Smash Bros. Ultimate, not because there's too many Fire Emblem characters, is that a lot of the characters have swords. Cloud, Shulk, Mark, Roy, Cena, to some extent Robin, Crom, Corrin, Link, etc., like I said. So a lot of Smash community, some of them are kind of complaining about it, but it's well aware. But again, what can you do? That's what Fire Emblem is, what Sword Fighters is. So another funny part is not the trailer, but also what Sakurai said. First of all, in the beginning, the interesting is that apparently nobody knew about this character, not even within Nintendo. They were secretive about it. Kind of makes sense, because the reason is, if you know what happened in the past, there've been a lot of leaks. That was the problem. There were a lot of leaks, and some of them were true, some of them are not. Yeah, Rancho, the leak was true. Incineroar was true. Everybody's in the game, that's true. Simon Belmont, true. Ridley, true. I'm surprised that nobody really knew about GG Rule. Isabel, yeah, someone did mention that Isabel was in it, Incineroar, so we got those leaks and something that sucked. Of course, remember in the Wii U, Ryu and Roy got leaked because it was got data mined because of the update. So this is a surprise that no one knew about Byleth. So I guess that's probably the reason why Sakurai said, well, only Nintendo, only Project Zero knew who the fifth character is, to prevent leaks. So then also he addressed that even if you don't like the character, try him out because it's fun. I mean, he's well aware that people are not going to be happy about it, not everyone's going to be happy about it, but because he kind of already said it before when the base game came out, that he was kind of disappointed that some people are still not happy because everyone is there. Most of the characters they wanted, Simon, Ridley, and Kiki Rool are there, but they're always going to be dead people. They're not happy, so he's gonna say, why don't you try him out? Maybe it'll be fun. And remember, it's not about what the character is. It's all about is the character fun to play. But the real behind meaning of that one is he's trying to say is that if you don't like the character, if you don't like Byleth being the fifth DLC character, tough shit. Excuse the language, but it's true. Tough shit. So what can you do about it? I mean, dude. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of meme about this. There's already been meme about his expression, especially the 3. Yeah, that's another thing. The 3. A lot of people speculation it would be Dante because they're from 3, Sora, Kingdom Hearts 3, Travis, No More Heroes 3, so because there was 3 there. But apparently most people kind of figure out the reason why 3 houses. That's the reason, because of 3 houses. And apparently also he was all doing some binary number symbol. And apparently this is number 17, as in Fire Emblem's 3 house is the 17th game for Nintendo. So there you go. And then the funny part, some people they did like a still picture of him doing some binary number that has middle fingers. So middle fingers are now they're gonna use that as a meme. Say, hey, to everyone, you want XYZ character, and then now you're gonna see him do the middle finger. He didn't do the middle finger. It's a symbol for binary, but you're the internet, so what can you do about it? So my thoughts about it? Oh boy, am I excited? Not so much. Am I disappointed? Not so either. It's just, okay, interesting. Byleth, one of the latest Nintendo IP. Interesting. That's also the funny part because Fire Emblem 3 Houses was just released on July of 2019, and already, guess what? It's in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Man. Well, there's a lot of theories of why people think that Byleth might be in it. And I watched Game Explain's video, and one of the members basically said that he heard rumor that apparently Nintendo wanted Byleth actually in the base roster, but probably needed more time to develop the character. So you cannot get a hint there. So if you don't know what I mean by that is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate may be fun because you get all the Nintendo characters fighting in one game and duke them out. But it's also for the perspective of business, it's a promotional tool. Yeah, believe it or not, a lot of this video game are promotional tools. Remember, I talked about in the past about Nintendo going mobile, giving more exposure to Nintendo IP. The more people will actually get interested and then maybe follow it. It's the same goes with video game. So you have Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Oh, there's Byleth. Oh, this character looks interesting. A sword, spear, whip, axe, bow and arrow. I wonder what this game is about. Maybe I'll buy the game. There you go. So it is a possibility that that's one of the reasons. And again, you gotta keep in mind, and I'm gonna explain this more later, is that Sakurai multiple times already have said this on Twitter, on an interview from Famitsu, that Nintendo are the one that chooses the character. The new characters the new characters in the base roster, believe it or not, is Sakurai. But when it comes to the DLC, it's Nintendo. Nintendo gave Sakurai a list, and then out of that, choose what character that kind of fit in Smash Ultimate and make it what I call it a fightable character. So, once again, what do I think about Byleth being in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? It's interesting. At the same time, I know a lot of people, and I already saw this on Twitter, they are disappointed. They are disappointed. There are some that say thumbs up, like myself. You know, it's good, it's not great, but you know what? Whatever. Sakurai chose Byleth for a reason. I trusted Sakurai. Yes, me personally do trust Sakurai in his choice. There's always a reason behind it to some extent, and I'll explain that later. For some people who don't like it, well, there might be still a chance because, like I said, this is called now Fighter Pass Volume 1 because he did announce that there is Fighter Pass Volume 2. Alright, so I'll talk about that later. I want to talk about now, of course, the Mii costume. Each character that comes out are always this DLC Mii costume. So this time around is actually, once again, more interesting than, of course, with Terry. Terry, it was just a bunch of fighters. And of course, before that, Pokemon, Team Rocket, Zero, Proto Man, Goemon, which I like. So maybe Mystical Ninja or Goemon game in the long run Konami. But the interesting part about Mii Costume Wave 3 is Sun. So with that, here's another interesting about Mii Costume Wave 5. First of all, the one I think it's already been there before, maybe one of them. First is Mega Man EXE. I trying to remember, I think it was also the Wii U and 3DS version, I just can't remember. Again, why buy them again, should have been in the game. Third party, license issue, there you go. And then another one, I think this one's new, but correct me if I'm wrong, Mega Man X. X himself. I mean, he was, of course, there's the Mega Man X collection, he's in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, which is the not really a good game. You know, it is what it is. And then, now, three of them are interesting because, once again, representing Western IP. Again, why do I keep emphasizing that? Because to some extent, Japanese developers in the past have this weird policy or, what do I call it? I get some pride to not ever use anything that's not in their, you know, like their intellect property. Let's just say that. So anything that's especially Western, they don't like it. I mean, if you know the story about netcode, but that's a different story. They refuse to use US netcode. That's a different story there. Max, James, Vespa Arcade, they already talked about it, so not really my place, but that's the same thing with this, with Western IP. Most Japanese games kinda don't wanna put in any IP that's not in their home country. A bit of political there, I do apologize, but sometimes that's what it is. So with that, moving forward is, first of all, Assassin's Creed, or in America, Altair. Okay, so yes, the first costume they revealed was you get to wear for the sword fighter Altair. And the funny part here is that in both the Japanese and the UK stream version of Byleth, it was Smash Bros. Ultimate cross Assassin's Creed, but yet in the American version is Altair. It's just kind of weird, a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Uncomfortableness to some extent because it kind of felt like it's censorship. ESRB just said no, but who knows? So I'm going to move on from that to something even more interesting. That is rabbits. Well, technically rabbit hats. So that's another one from the Western IP. But the biggest one here, just like Wave 3, is Cuphead. Yes! Cuphead, you can play a Mii Gunner as Cuphead. Yes, I mean, it's not the real Cuphead, if you can say that. It's like your Mii wearing a Cuphead costume. Hey, but it's better than nothing, so again, and it's exactly look like Cuphead. That's interesting. He looks like Cuphead. And then even the gun, it's this thing like Cuphead does. And the best part, just like Sun, it comes with the music. So definitely for me personally, I'm gonna get the Altair costume and the Cuphead one. But I think that is just awesome. I can wait for it. And also, so the question is probably which is gonna come out. Yeah, people thought because of the showcase, or they might do a shadow drop. apparently they're not. They're not doing Shadow Drop. Apparently, according to Sakurai, they needed more time. So it's going to be the 28th of January. So still that soon. It's still before February 2020, but you don't have to wait for long. But again, there you go. So yeah, I already did the Fighter Pass, so I'm going to try out Byleth when it comes out. Give my impression. Once the costume comes out, I'm definitely going to get the Altair one, and especially the Cuffin, especially with the music. Of course, like I said, Fighter Pass 1, Volume 1, it's been announced that there will be Fighter Pass Volume 2 for $30. So you say, $30? But the last one's only $25. What happened? Well, the surprise there is that you won't be getting 5, but 6. 6 characters for Volume 2. So that's like $30. Still, you get, like, you save like $5 or so, something like that. Probably $5. But again, I'm planning to get it because for me personally, like I said, I trust Sakurai. There's always been a reason why he put certain characters on Smash Brothers, especially when it comes to the DLC. So, it's gonna be 6, and this time around, apparently, it's gonna be ending by December 31st, 2021. So yes, 2021. So, for this Fighter Pass Volume 2, apparently it's gonna be to some extent close to a 3-year cycle. So, when does it start? My guess, this is my personal guess, probably E3 of June is gonna be the first one, because he does take a lot of time releasing the character. It's not just, oh, here's the character, done. No. He actually takes his time, so I'm gonna guess the first one's gonna come out maybe E3 of 2020, and then maybe 2 or 3 months until December 31st, 2020. So of course he also addressed this because a lot of people, especially on Twitter and social media, they started to harass him ever since the Waluigi controversy because he's a trophy assist. Some people go too far and harass Sakurai, basically calling him a name, comparing him to something really bad, and technically just bugging the hell out of him to a point that he has to block people. So Sakurai already said this, and he already said this before, but he's going to say it again on the showcase, that 1, the characters for Volume 2 are already been decided. Nintendo already chose what characters are going to be for Volume 2. And all Sakurai has to do, make them a fightable character. That's really it. I mean, what can you do? So, asking him for stuff is not going to do any good. So, I mean, just be considerate. Stop harassing the guy. And as what Harada would say, stop asking for shit. Excuse the language, but you know what I mean. Because time and time again, a lot of these big people, either Harada, Ono, Deki Kamiya, yes, that guy, or Sakurai, people keep bugging them. They said, hey, I want XYZ character here. And he said, and again, like with Sakurai's case, it's already been decided by Nintendo, and he just has to make them, once again, like I said, fightable. So, I want to reiterate about the process of the DLC character. Sakurai already mentioned this on Twitter a long time ago. I did a video on it. Link's going to be on the description box if I remembered. I also give my thoughts about it. Again, like I said, Twitter, said it on Famitsu, that the process work is Nintendo talked to Sakurai. They gave him a list of, here are the characters we want to be in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and all Sakurai has to do, choose some of them, again, in this case with Volume 2, 6 characters, 6, and just make them fight, like I said, fightable. I know I'm repeating myself, I do apologize, but you get the idea there. So Sakurai doesn't make the decision. He does not make the decision. Not the fans, it's Nintendo themselves. Yes, in the past, the Smash Ballot was the one. The Smash Ballot was sort of a reward for the Smash community to choose one character to be in Smash Brothers, the Wii U. That was Bayonetta. And not only that, And I said it before. Some of the characters for Smash Bros. Ultimate. Ridley, Simon Belmont, King K. Rool. The reason those three at least are in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate was the Byleth because they were also high. There were a lot of people that wanted them in, so there you go. So like I said, in the case with Volume 2, decided, so asking Sakurai won't do any good. I'm just gonna say that. So in conclusion is, what do I think about Byleth? I think it's good. I mean, yeah, it's another Fire Emblem anime sword fighter to some extent, or I call it a weapon master because, like I said, it uses multiple weapons, or she, Byleth, I mean, it's the main character, it's your character. And yeah, I know it's very, very recent, but again, like I said, the reason probably is that Nintendo want to push Fire Emblem 3 houses, Player Essence, Spawnweb basically said the same thing, and I agree with it. So, again, so to anyone who's disappointed with Byleth being in as the 5th character, yeah, I kind of feel for you, but again, there's also a reason. What Sakurai does, he just does it for himself. He does appreciate the fan, but in the end of the day, you gotta keep in mind that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is his creation, it's his vision. So if he wants to buy it in the game, you can't really argue about it. If you don't like it, don't buy the Fighter Pass and don't buy the game. That's all I'm gonna say. I mean, vote with your wallet. And in the case also with Volume 2, he said it again that if you're not comfortable buying the Fighter Pass Volume 2, don't buy it. Only if you're confident. He's giving you leeway, he's giving you transparency that if you don't trust the Fighter Pass, don't buy it. But if you do buy it, you get an additional extra Mii costume, which is the Ancient Warrior armor. So they kind of did that before with Fighter Pass 1 with the Rex armor or costume. Yeah, so there you go. That's my thoughts about it. Good, not great, but it is what it is. You know, all I can say for myself is trust in Sakurai, and if you don't, hey, it's your call. So with that, I'll see you guys later.